All right, we now have Coach Elliott. Go ahead with questions.
Tony, this is Matt. Did you feel like coming into the game that the offense was going to take a step forward? And just how did you feel like you guys played tonight?
No, I felt good coming out of the open week. I thought we had a really good week of practice. Really created some adversity with the noise in the indoor. I thought the guys did a good job of handling that. We knew it was going to be a challenge with all of the shifting and movement that they do. Obviously, different than what we faced the week before, where BC more just lines up and four down. Know how to target them. So I knew there'd be some challenges, but I thought the guys progressed well throughout the course of the week, and I think they were confident that this was going to be the game that we were going to break out. But we just still continued to shoot ourselves in the foot. A costly penalty here, a costly missed block there. A miscommunication. When we're starting to get drives, and again that'll get us out of rhythm. I thought we did a couple of good things. Man, we had some long drives that we put together. Syracuse was going to play a lot more coverage, than they've done in the past. Until later in the game, they played a little one-man coverage, but they were going to make us earn it. We put the ball in the air a couple of times down the field. We didn't come down with it. So again, it's just back to the drawing board. One thing is the guys still have the will to win. They're working their butts off. Just at some point, we're very optimistic that it's going to turn. We just don't know what it is, and that was the challenge in the locker room. The only thing that's holding us back is us in getting out of our own way.
Tony, when you are in a tough situation, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, whatever it may be, do you feel like you have plays right now that you can go to and are confident, okay, our guys can go execute this and we can pick this up?
I think that where we are is if you're thinking players, in most of those situations and going to your guys, and but then you got to have protection. Everything's got to marry up. Guys got to win. If it's a man beater, you got to create the rub. The depths, all those things are important. So we just got to continue to go back to work there. There were a couple situations in the game, just communicating with coach, just like, okay, let's run the ball here in this situation. And obviously he's in control of managing the game. So some of those mid-yard situations was a product of that. And then the other ones, we just got to do a better job of the details and throwing and catching and executing, and everybody doing their job.
Hey, Coach Elliott, this is Chris Heidel from Hermiston Radio in Baltimore. Congratulations on the win. Talk about DJ's performance tonight. He did a really good 2-minute drill late in the first quarter, in the second half, or the second quarter.
I thought DJ did a good job of taking care of the ball. First and foremost, that's 2 weeks in a row with no turnovers, which is big, gives you an opportunity to win. I thought he put the ball in places where they needed to be, and we just didn't come down with the catches. I can only recall, two throws that I can recall that he missed. He missed a hitch route that hit the ground, and then there was a deep ball down the sideline that we didn't connect the Ross on. But other than that, he put the ball in places for the guys to make catches. He ran the ball when we needed him to run the ball. Obviously, he had to move a lot in the pocket, and so he wasn't able to get settled on some things from a protection standpoint, which is always tough on a quarterback, especially in some third down situations. Turning guys, loose, not completely loose, but giving up pressure. So overall, I thought DJ, man, he just continues to get better. Obviously, numbers are not necessarily where you want them to be, but at the end of the day, he's managing the game the way we're asking him to do. He got better in giving the guys opportunities to make catches, and we just didn't make the catches for him.
Tony, this is Larry Williams. Given that Syracuse came in playing coverage, is 116 yards rushing kind of far off of what you probably expected coming in, given their what they were doing?
Right. I thought we were going to be able to run the ball, but I also think that, we cut some drives short too, that we were going to, we had a good drive coming out. We snapped the ball over the head. We lose 17 yards, now we're playing catch up, so that's an opportunity right there. If you keep that drive growing, you're going to have an opportunity to pick up maybe 30, 40 more yards rushing. And again, biggest thing for us is we got to get out our own way. The numbers are not where they are because of a reflection of, one guy over here, have a holding penalty, then you have a false start. And then you have a guy that doesn't execute his block the right way, forces the running back to stop his feet before he's ready to get there, before he gets to the line of scrimmage. So it's just, one thing after another. And it's not one guy in particular. It just seems like at the most inopportune time, we're having that one breakdown, which gets us out of rhythm. And therefore we're not able to sustain drives, which is going to lead to, the outcome or the production that people are used to from this offense.
How much of your, I guess, plan was disrupted when you learned that Hunter, I guess you learned today that Hunter's out and you got to go with Mason?
Found out this morning, that he was going into COVID protocol about 10 o'clock and, discussed it. And fortunately for Mason, he had an opportunity to snap throughout the course of the week. Had an option there with Bachhorst going back to center, but felt like the best thing to do was to give Mason Trotter an opportunity. And outside of the snap, I felt like Mason, did a solid job, of coming in and being ready with the next man up. So it wasn't a ton. I think the thing that disrupted us more than anything was just the penalties. The missed plays, a couple missed blocks on the perimeter. We had a holding call on a big screenplay to the tight end there. So just those things probably disrupted us more than Rayburn going into protocol this morning.
Tony, with the offensive line, it seemed like maybe you guys were much quicker to shuffle someone in if there was a mistake this game. Would that be accurate? And then just how did you feel like the unit played overall?
Definitely, man, making sure that there's accountability at every position. So not just, it's the same thing. I guess the easiest thing to see is if a wideout drops a ball or has a bad play, you can see when a substitution is made there. A lot of times, you might miss it on the offensive line, but we knew going into the game, that we were going to have to shuffle some people around. Obviously, the plan was different, when we woke up this morning, and then it changed. So we wanted to keep eyes on the situation. And, I thought they did a good job in establishing the line of scrimmage in the run game. But feel like we had to do a better job from a protection standpoint. There were a couple of one-on-ones that we lost that I thought we had a better matchup just to be able to, I guess second and 3, we've been running the ball, set up a play action. We get beat on a one-on-one, give up a sack. Then the opening drive of the game, we're in a 5-man protection. We're in 3rd and long. We're trying to throw the ball down the field and we lose a one-on-one. So I thought in the run game, they did some really good things. But in the pass game, we got to do a better job protecting our quarterback.
Tony, what did y'all learn during the open day? And I guess some of the important conclusions and maybe wrinkles that you came up with. I know you went under center a good bit tonight. What were some of those things coming up?
Just in the run game, just a little bit of a change up. Get those backs. You look at Kobe, look at Maffa. They're bigger guys, man. Get them going downhill. Let the offensive line fire off the ball. So that was something that we worked on. DJ is comfortable under center, gives us an opportunity down the road to increase that plan there. Biggest thing for us was trying to get healthy. We got a lot of guys out that we lost. I lost EJ again this week. Frank was available, so we had to get healthy more so than anything, and really focus on us and the details. And thought we had momentum coming out of Boston College. Man, you go watch the offensive line play. I thought we took a step forward, and was really excited about tonight. And I'm sure when you watch the tape, it's not going to be, it's never as bad as you think. It's never as good as you think. So I think there will probably be a lot of positive things that we can build off of, but just an opportunity as well for us to continue to grow and teach and improve, especially when we're facing odd structures.
Tony, not to look too far ahead, but just next week, do you feel like it's going to have to be a game where, and not only next week, but just you guys are going to have to start putting up some more points to not keep putting the defense in such tough situations?
Well, I mean, it's every week. This week I wanted to put up more points. I think every kid in that locker room, wants to score more points. I think they want to have the production and the output that we're accustomed to, here at Clemson. For a lot of reasons. Some things we can control, some things we can't control. It's just not happening. The biggest thing for us is just, hey, let's continue to come to work every single day. Make sure that we have four great days of practice. Use this extra time with tomorrow's rest and Sunday's rest to refresh and go back to the drawing board. But we know down the stretch, if we want to end the season the way that we want to, yes, we're going to have to figure out how to play our best football. And we're not looking farther ahead than Pittsburgh. We know that Pittsburgh is a really good football team playing at their place, and we got to do a good job of putting together a great plan for our players, and our players got to do a great job of owning the plan and then mentally and physically getting themselves ready to play their best game of the season. So we're not looking far ahead, but yes, definitely everybody wants to score more points. Everybody wants to play complementary football with our defense, and we're going to accept the challenge and go back to work. That's all we can do, and keep believing that each week it's going to be the week that it all comes together.
Do you have an update on Braden Galloway?
Braden wasn't able to make the trip. He was making a lot of progress, so I anticipate by the time we get back and get back to work on Monday, he'll be ready to go.
Anything else for Coach? All right, thank you, Coach.
I appreciate y'all.
Thanks, Tony.